Welcome to City Park in Budapest, the largest park that you'll find in Budapest. And it is quite a place if you want to find something to do in Budapest. Here I'm walking past a lake where you can rent boats. You can go out, paddle about. And in the wintertime, this is actually frozen over, and it serves as an outdoor skating rink. So I'm going to bring you along for a walk through City Park here in Budapest, as if you were here yourself, joining me on this beautiful summer day. You know, as I was taking the tram to come down to do this video, I found myself thinking of a conversation with a gentleman this morning from Australia, and I was talking to the gentleman on Facebook, and he had communicated to me that he really envies me and my lifestyle and my ability to travel as I do. And yeah, that's a conversation served as a reminder of just how fortunate that I am to be able to travel as I'm traveling. It is absolutely quite the luxury, and it's the fruition of a dream. I think that's a word, fruition, Fruition, fruition of a dream. And you can see just over the lake is Hősök over there. But to be able to travel, as I was coming down on the metro to City Park, subway, metro, I found myself thinking that you know, not everybody has the ability. They might have the ability, but not the desire, or they have the desire and not the ability to travel. And the way life has turned out, I've been given both the ability and the desire. And I think to be given such an opportunity in life and to not take advantage of it would be a real shame. And I realize that. So it is it's a wonderful disposition to have, to be able to travel. So this is as I come into the City Park, this is one of the main buildings here, the little castle, and I'm not sure the actual pronunciation of the castle, but you'll see it up just ahead. This is a big venue on St. István Day, August 20th every year. There'll be a lot of activities going on here and across the city of Budapest. So I'll just stop for a moment and give you a nice view of the entrance here. You can see the pan down. Starting to get used to the controls on this gimbal device. Pretty sensitive, but once you get a hang of it. Okay, so I don't know if I can pronounce that. Magyar Mezőgazdasági Museum, something like that. It's hard to pronounce all of this. The Museum of Hungarian Agriculture. That's what this is. Established in 1896, housed by the Városliget Castle. You can see the sign right there. So we're going to take I'm just going to kind of walk through the
architectural styles are
Walk
demonstrated.
through the
So here to the right,
buildings here. There's the inside of the entrance.
Maria Therese und viele andere Habsburger aus Ungarn
elements of this country. No, they are, so here these are more or less close copies from existing buildings. So here this section.
Just got to stop and give you a nice view of these buildings here. Look at that. Gimbal's not completely cooperating with me. I wanted to stay up there, and it has a tendency to want to drop back down. If you want to buy a souvenir, you can step inside there and buy yourself a souvenir. No shortage of sculptures as you walk around Budapest and Hungary for that matter. I'm not sure the sculpture what you're looking at right here. You see the name, perhaps. It's been there a while. As I recall, this is a beautiful chapel just across the courtyard here.
Over there is a not very exact but more or less close copy of the Romanesque building. What was copied after a church what still exists in the very western part of the country. Here,
Look at this. Really is beautiful. I don't know if it's open, but we'll see if we can't take a peek. Take a peek inside. Is that good YouTube or what? It may or may not be. No, the door is closed. As I recall, it's rather beautiful inside there. There's another view across the courtyard. Not many people here today. It's a Wednesday and the latter part of June. And this would be the Museum of Hungarian Agriculture here. And for the sake of brevity, I'm not gonna go inside. I may take a peek inside, but I'm not gonna go through the museum in its entirety. Just on the other side of the park is one of the most famous baths in Hungary, Széchenyi Fürdő, as I believe the name. You can see it's a beautiful building. And upstairs you can see some beautiful, if I can get the camera to go that high, see some beautiful artwork up ahead. And I can't get the camera to cooperate with me as I would necessarily like it. I'm still learning this gimbal. So there you go. That would be the ceiling. Okay. I'm still learning this device here. And here you can get yourself some nice snacks to eat. This is typically what you would see as you walk about. They like their sweets in Hungary. Here's another sculpture. All right. And then also over here in the park, they have the well, this is the lake where a lot of people will come and just kind of sit. Were this a weekend, you'd probably see a significant amount of more people sitting here by the lakeside. And right now there's just a scattering of folks just hanging out, enjoying a nice warm summer afternoon here in Budapest. They actually have the city zoo is over here, not too far from where I'm standing, and the Széchenyi bath. And if I have a opportunity, I'll visit the Széchenyi bath before I leave Budapest on this trip here. There's a young boy just kind of hanging out, feeding the ducks, perhaps. Yeah, so from the other side. I actually have the camera inverted right now on the gimbal, and I'm walking, just kind of holding it upside down, if you will, as I walk along. And you can see I've come into the main park here. It is a quiet summer day in City Park in Budapest. And with that in mind, I'm gonna see if I can't go find myself a bite to eat. So I hope you enjoyed the tour, albeit a short one, of City Park. And as I wrap up the video, I'll just walk you along to the front of the lake over here. Here's actually a nice view that I can share with you. For those of you following along on this summer adventure, I firmed up some travel plans for the next segment of my adventure, and that is I was going to go down. Well, I am going down to Pécs, P-E-C-S. I'm going to go down to Pécs, which is a city that's quite famous. It was the UNESCO, I believe it's on the UNESCO World Heritage Site, and so I'm going down to Pécs, and from there I was a little bit undecided. As you can see, some ducks coming over here, thinking that lunch is going to be served, but I was a little bit undecided as to what to do after going down to Pécs, and whether I should rent a car to go down there, or take for the 2-hour drive, or perhaps go by train, which was a 4-hour trip. But what I opted to do was, I was having lunch with a friend yesterday. I was having lunch, and the friend suggested that I go to Croatia. So I am actually going down to a part of Croatia called, well, I'm having a Pula, I think it's P-U-L-A, Pula, Croatia, and I rented a car for 10 days, a total cost of about $270, and then from Pécs I'll go down to Pula, and I'll spend the better part of 5 nights in Pula, and then I'll have a couple days thereafter before I come back to Budapest. You see the dog here enjoying a nice. He's cooling down here in the lake. I don't know what he's barking at. So from Pula, I'll be there for 5 nights, and from there I find my way back up to Budapest. I'll check out of there on a Friday morning, and in doing so, I will likely start heading north back towards Budapest, maybe staying in Balaton for the weekend, and then it's back to Budapest, and I will be catching a flight from Budapest probably around the 6th of July, and from the 6th of July I will be catching a flight down to Genoa, Italy, to go see a wonderful couple, Edith and Amadeo, and then from there, from Genoa, after about 5 or 6 nights in Genoa, I'll be catching a flight up to Poland, up to Krakow, and I'm going to go stay in the countryside at my partner's family's estate out there, and it's Odonow, I think. It's O-D. I think if you want to look at it, it's ODONOW.com or .pl or something like that. And they pronounce the W's like a V, so it would be something like Odonow or something like that. But I think it's Odonow.com, ODOWOW or something like that, or something. But anyway, so then it'll be probably spend the better part of a week out at the countryside. And by that time it'll be well into July. And from there, who knows? I may take a bus and go over to Lviv in Ukraine. And I'm thinking of catching a flight out of Krakow, maybe up to Vilnius in Lithuania, and then from there going up to Latvia. And then it sure would be tempting to want to go back over to Tallinn in Estonia, and then from there up to Helsinki and over to Stockholm and down into the Netherlands before heading back. Yeah, sometime in August. So there you have your tour of City Park, and it continues over on the other side of this bridge as well. So hope you enjoyed the tour of City Park here in Budapest.